All right, so the next thing we're looking at is speed, distance, and time. All right, from a calculation perspective, distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. Time is equal to distance divided by speed. And speed is equal to distance divided by time. So somebody placed all that information in what they call a magic triangle. I never really like any of these things, but I find that it actually helps for some people. They call this a magic triangle. There's nothing magical about it. All right. So whatever you want, what you do is that you cover that. So if I want distance, I put my thumb over distance, and so distance will be equal to speed multiplied by time. If I want speed, I put my thumb over speed, and so speed is equal to distance divided by time. If I want time, I put my thumb over time, and so time is equal to distance divided by speed. All right, so somebody call that the magic triangle. What else? So the unit of speed, and this is important, is kilometers per hour. The unit of speed is kilometers per hour. When the unit of speed is kilometers per hour, the unit of time must be in hours only. So if you're doing a calculation and the examiner says that the unit of speed is kilometers per hour, it means that the unit of time you use in your calculation must be hours only. What that means is that if you have the time in hours and minutes, you have to convert the time to hours only. Now, to convert minutes to hours, we simply divide by 60. To convert minutes to hours, we simply divide by 60. So that is why 60 minutes is equal to 60 divided by 60, which is 1 hour. 30 minutes would be equal to 30 divided by 60, which is a half of an hour. 45 minutes would be equal to 45 divided by 60, which is 3/4 of an hour. 20 minutes would be equal to 20 divided by 60, which is 1/3 of an hour. Guys, if you're doing calculations and the unit of time is kilometers per hour, the unit, if the unit of speed is kilometers per hour, the unit of time must be in hours only. To convert from minutes to hours, we simply divide by 60. Now to convert hours to minutes, we simply multiply by 60. So a half of an hour is a half multiplied by 60, which is 30 minutes. Now, average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. Average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. All right, so here is a simple example. All right, this says it took, so this is example 2. It says it took a delivery driver 1 hour and 45 minutes traveling from Spanish Town to Montego Bay, and that distance is 112 kilometers. What is the average speed in kilometers per hour? So in example 2, they are given the time of journey in kilometers, in minutes and hours and minutes. You're given the distance in kilometers, and you're asked to calculate the average speed in kilometers per hour. Guys, this is what I said earlier. When you're doing these calculations and the unit of time is, the unit of speed is kilometers per hour, the unit of time must be in hours only. Guys, time is equal to 1 hour and 15 minutes, 45, sorry, minutes. This is the same as saying 1 plus 45 over 60. This is 1.75 hours. So my time is 1.75 hours. If you wanted to, you could have leave the calculation in leave the thing as a fraction if you wanted to. So I'll show you both calculations, and we're asked the average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance divide by total time. Now, the total distance is 112 kilometers, and the time is 1.75 hours. So remember, the time must be in hours only, so you have got to convert the minutes part to hours. So let's divide 112, divide by 1.75. And this says the delivery driver was driving at 64 kilometers per hour. The delivery driver was driving at 64 kilometers per hour. Remember I said you could have left your time as a fraction. So alternatively, average speed would be equal to total distance divide by total time, which is 1 3/4 of an hour, because 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. So this is 112 divided by 4 ones 4 and 3, 7 over 4. This is 112 multiplied by 4 over 7. So I could have left my time as hours. Can I divide 112 by 7? I think I can. 70, 11 goes 1 time remainder of 4. 7 into 42 goes what, 6 times? Yes. And 16 times 14, this is 64 kilometers per hour. So what you have to remember in this question, the examiner gave me the time in hours and minutes, but he's asking for the speed in kilometers per hour. And what I said, guys, is when you're doing these calculations, if the unit of speed is kilometers per hour, then the unit of time must be in hours only. Guys, I just did example 2. I want you to have a look at example 3. All right, so let's dive into example 3. Example 3 says a teacher left home for school 45 kilometers away at 06:25 hours. So that is 25 minutes past 6, and that's in the morning, traveling at an average speed of 54 kilometers per hour. What time did the teacher arrive at school? So in a situation like this, the first thing I would need to do is I would need to calculate the time it took the teacher to get to school. All right, so time is equal to distance divided by speed. So the distance to school is 45 kilometers. The speed was 54 kilometers per hour. So the time is, all right, 9 into this is 5. 9 into this is 6. It's 5/6 of an hour. All right. And if I multiply this by 60, I'm going to get 50 minutes. So time, the time of this journey, the time would be equal to the distance divided by speed. I work it down to get 5/6 hours, 5/6 of an hour, and 5/6 of an hour is 50 minutes. Why 5/6 of an hour? Because remember, if the unit of speed is kilometers per hour, the unit of time you get or use in your calculation will be in hours only. And to convert hours to minutes, you simply multiply by 60. So the time of arrival at school would be the time the person left plus the amount of time it took. So this is 5, this is 7. Put down 1, carry the 6, 60 minutes as 1 hour. The time of arrival is 07:15 hours or 7:15 a.m. 7:15 a.m. The teacher arrived at school at 7:15 a.m. Now, guys, on the return journey, the teacher took 36 minutes. So going, the teacher took 50 minutes. When the teacher was coming back, the teacher only took 36 minutes. So since I took less time, it means that the teacher was driving faster going back home. We're to calculate his average speed in kilometers per hour for the return journey home. So first of all, the time it took is 36 minutes, which is equal to 36 divided by 60. 6 into this is 6, 6 into this is 10, 2 into this is 3, 2 into this is 5. So this took 3/5 of an hour. All right, or I could put it in minutes and just say 36 divided by 60. (36 divided by 60), I could have it as a decimal. And this is 0.6 of an hour. So I could work my hour as a fraction or as decimal. Sometimes it's best to leave it as a fraction. Sometimes it's okay to work with it as a decimal. So in some instances, it's whatever you're comfortable with. So the time taken in hours is 0.6 of an hour or 3/5 of an hour. All right, and that is the time. All right, so we want to know is average speed. So the average speed would be the total distance, which is 45 kilometers, because he's going back home. Let's assume along the same road. So it's 45 kilometers. Divide by the time, which is 0.6. Guys, remember that average speed is total distance divided by total time. So is average speed on the return home would be the total distance, 45 kilometers, divided by the total time, 0.6 of an hour. So let us see how fast it was driving going back home. And this is saying 75 kilometers per hour. Or you could write it as 75 km/h. So like somebody was burning to say something. Somebody want to say something? No? All right. So next one, the average speed for the entire journey. So average speed again is total distance 45 plus 45. So this is for the entire journey. It means going and coming back home. So the total distance going and coming back home would be 90 kilometers, 45 kilometers to go to school, 45 kilometers to come back. Now the total time would be 0.75, which is the amount of time the teacher took to reach to school in the morning. Maybe there was a lot of traffic, plus 0.6, which is the time it took the teacher to come back home. So the average speed for the entire journey would be the total distance to go to school and come back, divided by the total time to go to school and come back. So this is 90 divided by, is that 1.35? Let's find out. Yeah, man, 1.35. Divide by 1.35. The average speed for the entire journey is 90 divided by 1.35. The average speed for the entire journey is 66.7 kilometers per hour. This is kilometers per hour. All right, so there's a total error here. So let me just try and erase it. I made an error here. I made an error with the time it took to return. All right, the time it takes to go back. All right, the time it took to reach school in the first place. So let's fix that. All right, let's go for the total time. Coming back, it was going to school. It took the teacher 50 minutes. Coming back, it took the teacher 36 minutes. So the total time is 86 minutes. Now, 86 minutes is the same as saying 86 divided by 60. All right, and let's leave it as that, hours. Let's leave it as that. It's 86 divided by 60 hours. Why? Because to convert minutes to hours, you simply divide by 60. Now, the average speed for the entire journey would be equal to the total distance divided by the total time. Now, the total distance is 90 kilometers. That's 45 kilometers to school, 45 kilometers going back home, divide by the total time, which is 86 over 60. So I didn't reduce the fraction. So this is 90 over 1 multiplied by 60 over 86. So simply just multiply 90 by 60 and then divide by 86. That will give you an answer. So 90 times 60 divided by 86. And the answer I'm getting is the average speed for the entire journey is 62.8 kilometers per hour. The average speed for the entire journey, going to school and coming back, the average speed is 62.8 kilometers. Now, average speed is total distance divided by total time. The time going was 50 minutes. The time coming back is 36 minutes. 50 plus 36 is 86. 86 minutes is the same as saying 86 divided by 60 hours. Divide 90 by 86 over 60. The final answer is 62.86 kilometers per hour.